Do you like canned tuna? Millions of us do, and we made a fixture at lunchtime for as long as anyone can remember. During a time when we're getting used to getting bad news, the news about canned tuna is good. When you go to the grocery store, canned tuna is always easy to find, and there's plenty of it available at an affordable price. That's because virtually all of the nation's canned tuna supply comes from species that are plentiful. That conclusion is the consensus of global marine fisheries scientists. According to one of those scientists, Professor Ray Hilborn of the University of Washington, the albacore, skipjack, and yellowfin tuna contained in canned tuna are not threatened. Greenpeace has raised millions of dollars overseas by deceiving the public with misleading information about the health of seafood like tuna. Recently, Greenpeace began lobbying U.S. grocers and retailers to limit their shelf space to only canned tuna caught using a pole and line. And while your uncle's old fishing pole still might be sufficient for backyard anglers today, it's no way to feed a nation. Last year, Americans purchased 50 million cases of canned tuna. Pole and line fishing only caught enough tuna to bring 4 million cases to the global market last year, a paltry 2% of global demand for canned tuna. What does that mean at the cash register? Canned tuna at double the normal price. That's fine by Greenpeace. Its campaigners admit openly that they want you and your family to pay more for canned tuna. Less tuna and higher prices at the register. But that's not the only way that Greenpeace wants fishermen to go backwards. Their campaigners are also demanding fishermen give up the use of fish aggregating devices, or FADs. Greenpeace also wants to end the use of long-line fishing, the method used to catch deep-swimming albacore tuna. Without the use of devices like FADs and long lines, tuna fleets would need to be larger. They would use more diesel fuel and would have to spend more time away from port to catch the same amount of tuna. Greenpeace also wants to ban fishing in certain areas of the ocean in order to establish what they call marine reserves. But highly migratory species like skipjack and albacore tuna never stay in one place for long. No matter what lines are drawn on a map of the ocean, schools of tuna will travel the same path beneath the waves that they have for thousands of years. If Greenpeace bullies grocers, retailers, and fishermen into making changes like these, millions of families won't be able to afford canned tuna anymore. But there is another way. America's tuna companies are acutely interested in the health of the world's tuna stocks. It's ridiculous to think that we would jeopardize the future of the very fish we've built our business on. Tuna companies from around the globe, in partnership with many of the world's leading conservation organizations, are working with the International Seafood Sustainability Foundation. Working with these groups, the global tuna community is devising sustainable fishing solutions based on the best science available. The ISSF has created a forum where all parties can discuss their concerns about the future of tuna. And while Greenpeace has been offered a seat at ISSF's table, they've refused to participate. Instead of working proactively, they've decided to engage in a global campaign of intimidation. Greenpeace's unwillingness to work with the global conservation community to protect the future of tuna begs a very important question. Is Greenpeace more concerned with the health and well-being of Americans who rely on canned tuna to feed their families, or simply the next fundraising campaign? Brought to you by the National Fisheries Institute.
Mm-hmm.